but he was very enthusiastic for this presentation. For a few months he is here in Meherabad looking after the hospital. And time and again he would show his interest that I want to do this, and he was cross-checking that how far our program is progressing, whether it is going to happen or not. So this shows his interest, and I hope that you all would enjoy his presentation. So Dr. Soni, please come over here and share whatever you have to share with Baba lovers. At number 29, his presentation is at 29, yeah.
Am I audible? Is it all right? Okay, nice. So, Baba's visit to Gujarat in 1956 is the subject given to me. Very frankly speaking, I was not born at that time. But the people who manage all this program were very dear and near to me. One of them was my father himself, Bachubhai Soni. And you know everybody, the person of Navsari, Dr. Hosang Bharucha, was the main person who was involved in this thing. Next. So in 1956 January, Godavari Mataji was giving darshan. Dr. Hosang Bharucha was the devotee of Upasni Maharaj. And Mataji was much nearer to him. And Mataji was considering, Godavari Mataji was considered as his own child. And there was a very close relationship between Bharucha family and Upasni Maharaj ashram. Because Bharucha's own uncle, Nasarwanji Bharucha, he was staying in Upasni Maharaj ashram. So, Godavari Mataji was giving the darshan. At the same time, when the darshan program was going on in his house, a telegram came from Baba that I am going to visit Gujarat on 29th of January 1956. So, all became very happy and the cheerful atmosphere, and from the very next day, they started the preparing for a grand darshan program at Navsari by Baba, and Baba has again sent a telegram also that I am going to visit Bajwa also. Bajwa is a very small village, just 15 kilometers away from Baroda. Now it is known as Vadodara. So Baba was going to visit Bajwa also and Navsari, and all the people were there when the darshan program of the Godavari Mataji was going on, and the atmosphere of jubilation just prevailed there. And from the very next day, they started meeting how to manage the Baba's program. What happened next? So I have divided this part into two: meticulous instruction from Baba and the preparation from the rival camp. Now I should not use this rival word in Baba's presentation, because for Baba there is nobody is a rival. And those who are against Baba and those who are preparing their ground against Baba, they were never rival of the Baba, because very gradually how they came to Baba and how Baba took them in their inside, and what happened in the later years, that you will surprise that whether Baba has come for the devotees or Baba has come for the rivals. Most probably for the rivals rather than devotees. So I am using here the rival word, but that is for our understanding. That is not on the dictionary of Baba. So what happened, the Colonel Irani, you everybody know, is the maternal uncle of Meramai, and he was spreading Baba's name as an from opposition platform, and he came to Navsari and he took 2-3 meetings on the Parsi community. Now the Navsari is the headquarter of Parsi community, because all the big priests are residing in Navsari, and the priest, always the priest class people has much dominancy over the community. And we have seen in the past years also, whenever the avatar comes, always he has been criticized, and the opposition arises from his own community and from his own land. Whether it is Jesus Christ or Krishna or Rama, the opposition, for even Rama came from his own family. Nobody in Ayodhya was against Ram. His family, his own family members are against. So Baba sent him twice. You go and check what sort of preparation they are doing. You guide them how the Darshan program is going to be held. And Meherji came quite often, and Meherji came to know that there is a big opposition. So he conveyed to Baba. Baba said, relax, don't worry. Now, in the rival camp, who was leading? One of the very big name in the rival camp was the Bharucha's mother. Dr. Hosang's Bharucha mother was in the rival camp. Because what happened? Hosang Bharucha just requested Baba, there is no home visit, but you will have to come to my house. Baba laid down few conditions. One condition, that I am going to stay at Meher cottage, the bungalow magician. He will destroy our family. He is a money snatcher. He is this, that, whatever is going on. Because the Colonel Irani took 2-3 meetings. So, in Bharucha's own house, Bharucha was the leading person who has managed everything. So, in the rival camp, Bharucha's mother, and here in our camp, who was, you will surprise, there is a priest, the head priest in the Parsi community is known as Meherji Rana. So, Meherji Rana is not the person, but it's a title. So, the Meherji Rana is the dynasty from the Ashoka's rule and from the Mughals' rules. So, there the Meherji Rana is the leading head priest of the Parsi community, and whoever gets this dynasty, ancestral dynasty, will get the title of Meherji Rana. So, the Meherji Rana first, second, third, fourth, like this, you see. So, the Meherji Rana's own wife, Khorshid Meherji Rana, was very eager to meet Baba. And not only that, in spite of having such a big opposition and all this going on churning and chaos in the town, she came to Baba and she performed the arati of Baba. And she begged the pardon to Baba. Baba, forgive my husband. Because of the community pressure, he couldn't come here, but I have come to surrender myself. And later on I will tell you, because I will just go on according to this one. There are so many stories going side by side. So the preparation was going on next. Many people from, Baba came from Bombay. Now, somebody told to the Bombay people that Baba is going to Gujarat, Navsari. So let's go and give him send off, just to say goodbye. So nearly 40-50 people were there on the platform. So Baba told everybody, yes, everybody you come and join me. So the many people like our Jal Dastur, he was a very young chap in those days. So he and his friends and many other young Parsis, they boarded on the train with Baba. Now Baba was always traveling in the third class compartment, nothing like reservation. So all those nearly 30-40 people from Bombay, Parsi people, they got into the train. The one reason was there, we will go to Navsari, we will meet our Parsi friends, our Parsi community is there, and the Navsari is famous for the tari. And the Parsis, they are very fond of toddy drinking. It's a semi-alcoholic, or to say very mild alcoholic drink, which Parsis like too much. And most of the Parsis were dealing with this toddy business. You say Baba's father was also in the toddy shop. So we will go and we will have the toddy also. So many people like our Jalbai Dastu, they just got into the train and they came to Navsari, together with Baba's Mandali was there. Gustaji, Meherji, Pendu, Nilu, everybody. Baba, when he came down to the Navsari platform, he first said, I have come here for my dear ones in Meher cottage. On their invitation, Baba has come there. And have also come with the purpose of seeing my Navsari lovers, who were longing my darshan since quite a long time. And the half of my purpose is served by staying in Meher cottage, and the rest will be served soon. This is the first thing Baba uttered on the Navsari platform. Then there was a procession. The Bharucha has hired a car, a convertible car, Tea.to, in which Baba was being seated, and he was heavily garlanded with flowers and garlands, everything, and with drums and everything. The big procession came to the Meher cottage. Next. This is the Meher cottage, very old when it was sold out, but it was looking like this one. So I have told you this thing. Next. And there was a senior person, Kawas Vesuna. You will read his name quite often in the Lord Mayor also. He was a very sincere Baba lover, and he was keeping his mind little at rest, and with the cool mind he can think. So he just narrated everything. Baba, the thing is like that. We have done our best. We have arranged for a big pandal. You will start the darshan also. But there is a big opposition from your own community that is very difficult to handle. Baba said, be absolutely unmindful for all the slogans. It's I who is shouting this slogan through these boys. It's I who do everything because there is no one beside me. They too are repeating my name. They are saying Meherabad Murdabad. Few people are saying Meherabad Jindabad. So what is Murdabad and Jindabad? There is nothing. Those who are saying Murdabad, they don't understand what is Murdabad and what is Jindabad. So they are too repeating my name only in Meherabad Murdabad. It suffices when one remembers me, whether it be through devotion or the derision. They are all innocent. जो मुझे गार्लैंड कर रहा है वो भी innocent है. Those who are garlanding me, they are also innocent. They don't know my actual position. And those who are creating the opposition, they also don't know my actual position. So be at rest. They are all innocent. Let them shout. I am enjoying. Next. And Bharucha was a very hot-tempered person. So he was just on the fire, and he was about to just rush on the crowd. And he was supposed to beat one or two person because he was knowing who these Parsis are. So somebody told Baba. So Baba called Bharucha inside and said, just sit beside me here. And he didn't allow Bharucha to move from here and said, don't move from here until I ask you. Next. At 2:30, that convertible car was again brought, and Baba just seated on the car, and the whole procession went to the darshan place where there was a big pandal was there, and nearly 25,000 people in those days. 25,000 people is a very big number for the city like Navsari, because the Navsari's own population was not 25,000. But in Lord Meher, this number is given 50,000. It was not 50,000, because it was not possible. It was 1956, 50,000 is a very big number. So nearly 25,000 people, that what I have been taken the consent from my elderly. So this much for a few seconds, and he stopped everything. And after within few seconds, again he started giving the prasad. All the boys come there, they took Baba's darshan, they bow down, they took the prasad, and they get out of the queue. So it was so much surprising that what was their intention to come in and what they did. So Baba told to the Baba lovers, those who were assembled over there, that nobody has any idea what I am giving through this prasad to these people, because this is the only way through which I can give what I intend to give during the such big darshan programs. Many other preparation was done, singing was going on, and the people were garlanding, and prasad was coming again, and all types of prasad. There was the fruits were also there, and the dry fruits also were there, and the things were going on. And Bachubai Soni and a few other singers were there, and they were continuously singing for Baba. Next. So I told us, in the gangway the Parsi boys came and they just took the darshan and came out. But when the darshan program was going on, and it was decided to keep up to 5 p.m. at nearly 4:45 or 4:40, Baba asked this way, what is the time? So near the Lapsiwala, our secretary was standing. He said, Baba, 5 minutes is less for 5. It's 5 to 5. So Baba told him, you go around the whole camp, you go around this pandal and see what's going on. So Nagindas Lapsiwala, here is his photo, he just took a round around this pandal, and what he saw there? Few Parsi boys, they have just sprinkled the kerosene on the pandal, and they were just about to strike the match, and they were just about to ignite the whole pandal. And when this Lapsiwala just coming to those Parsi boys, they just recognized him. And that Lapsiwala was a very stout, big person wearing the Gandhi cap, and he was very known as a Gandhian follower. So they afraid, and they left everything, kerosene and matchbox and everything there, and they ran away. It was just a question of few seconds, not even minutes, when Baba warned him to go and see behind what sort of activity is going on. And he took the round, and he came to know the whole pandal was going to be ignited. Within few seconds, it was being saved. Now, Darshan program finished. Baba came again to the Meher cottage, and there were thousands of people were waiting at Meher cottage. So Baba twice, thrice, many times, he came up on the balcony, on the veranda, on the terrace of the Meher cottage, and he gave the darshan from the bungalow. Now, Baba told everybody, Navsari people, that take all this your guests and give them food, their dinner, and let them go to their respective places to rest. But the food was prepared for only 40 people. We were not knowing that another 40, 50 people from Bombay, they will just get up in the train and they will also come as the guest. So the numbers were double in compared to whatever our preparation was there. Dr. Bharucha said to Nagindas, take Baba's name and serve everybody. Hopefully, it will go on. And it happened so. The 80 people took their dinner, which was prepared only for 40 people. And after that, something left. So whatever our all volunteers and those who were kept as hired one to keep this thing, they also called inside. They also took the dinner, and rest of the things, rest of whatever left over, that was being distributed to the poor in the next day morning. The food which was prepared for 40 people, 80 people took it. Then we all, our volunteers and those all hired people who had been kept for this thing, they also took that dinner, and in the next day morning it was whatever the leftover was being distributed to the poor. So next. And Baba gave a very important message. This message has become very important. Those who cheers me and those who jeers at me are both equally ignorant. The ignorance of one is as a pleasure, whereas the ignorance of one of the other is amusing. Both are ignorant. So, next. Next day in the morning, Baba has decided to go to Avatar Meherabad Center in Navsari. But at the night, it was too much late. So Baba just told them in the morning, next day morning, we will not be able to go to Avatar Meherabad Center, your center place in Navsari. So we will directly go to Baroda. But in the early morning, at 5 in the morning, when Bharucha reached at the Meher cottage, Baba asked him, let's go to your center. So he got tanga from somewhere in the early morning, and Baba and Dr. Bharucha and all they assembled at Avatar Meherabad Center at Navsari. And Mr. Adarji Desai was called immediately. Baba is coming to the center. Now, who is this Adarji Desai? Was the most elderly person of our center. He was the brother of Keki Desai of Delhi. There was a Keki Desai in Delhi. He was involved in the ghee business also with Baba during the New Life period, and the Keki Desai has played very major role in the Delhi and around. So he was the elder brother of Keki Desai. So Baba was offered a first class seat, and there was a seat was been decorated with the flowers, and Baba just sat over this decorated seat, and everybody that took Baba's darshan and performed the arti and everything. The peacefully things were going on. Immediately this old man, he cried out loudly, he is the thief. So everybody assembled there, Navsari Meherabad centers people, they thought that old man has gone, his mind has gone, he has become mad. What is he saying? He is the main host, and what he says to the guest, okay, you are a thief. And then very mildly he said, oh, thief, you have stolen our hearts. And then everybody did, oh. Otherwise, when he cried out, you are a thief, to be all spellbound. What is he? Very loud, very calmly, you have stolen our heart. So after this time, Baba also became very happy, because Baba also abused. What is saying, I am a thief? Next. The Saurabhji Desai family, acha. That's a good thing. Now, Baba was taking leave of the Saurabhji Desai family, because he has, no doubt, he has come with the, because of the, all Navsari Baba Premi has invited Baba, and particularly Saurabhji Desai family has, especially Baba urged them to come at their own property. So, with the tears they asked Baba, now when you will come next to Navsari? And Baba said, when Neelu becomes as old as her means Saurabhji's sister, who was standing nearby Neelu. The Neelu and Saurabhji's sister were standing side by side. That Saurabhji's sister was holding a stick on her hand, and she was very old. And she was just banned from her back. And they were just standing side by side. Baba said, when the Neelu will become this old to walk, I will come with him. After 7 days, that lady expired, Saurabhji's sister. And in the same year, Neelu also expired. So I think that this was the very first hint Baba had given, that both of these are not going to survive. Not even Neelu, who was young at that time, and not that lady who was very elderly at that time. Next. Then Baba departed for the Baroda. It was again a local train, and at every station the train was stopping. Baba was coming out on the doorway, and the people were gathered, and at every station, wherever they were knowing, even at the Surat, so many people were gathered there on the platform. There was a garden and the fruits and all these things, sweets were offered to him. Next. So, the arrow, that man with the Gandhi cap, he was Haridas Patel, Haridas Mathurdas Patel. So, he was a tobacco merchant and was staying in Navsari. And Baba ordered him to move all over in the Gujarat and spread his name. So, he has tried quite a lot, and ultimately told Baba, Baba, I am going villages to villages in all the part of Gujarat, but I am not getting any satisfactory reaction. Baba said, you have done your work, don't worry, now don't go and stay at your home. So, he was a very close one to Baba. And Baba, because of just Haridas Patel, he has decided to go to Baroda. This is in Guru Prasad Bungalow. That arrow fellow, where the arrow is being applied, is Haridas Patel. The second arrow is applied to a small boy. That boy is sitting just right to Baba, near Baba's feet, and that's myself, me. I was 8 years old at that time. So, in 1963, I took the darshan. This is also how this photo came in the presence, and why this photo was taken is another story which I will not give it just now, because that has been printed in the Barucha's book, the Guru Prasad stories. Next. So, a grand reception was given, nearly 5,000 people were there. And the procession was all villagers, they have just come, all the villagers, they were farmers, and mainly they were growing the tobacco merchants, they were the tobacco growers. And such a grand reception, the whole the way the car was hired, and the people were just having a dance and drums and all these things, and they reminded how it was been welcomed in Hamirpur. So, after darshan program, very quietly darshan finished. So many people came, and all came very peacefully, and nothing wrong was going on as it was going on in Navsari. Ultimately, after the program finished, Baba just get down from the stage, and he started walking somewhere. So, the whole the people were arranged, and all the people, those who were concerned with the Baba, they just walk behind Baba. Mandali people also, they don't know where the Baba is going. After he is passing from few minor gullies and this and that, he reached to a very poor man's hut who was just lying down on the floor as if he was dead. He was a tobacco farmer, laborer, and this was the laborers' colony, and this was one sort of slums area, and they were expecting to go to Baba's darshan. But they were denied also, and they have not that money, so they can go and can garland Baba, and they were thinking how to go to Baba. Baba himself went to that slums area, and particularly that person who was lying on the bed, lying on the floor, and he was very ill. Baba just sat next to him. Baba gave him darshan, and not only that, Baba came out from that hut, and he just took the round around this slums area, and he gave the darshan to many of the people, to these farm laborers. So it was very much shocking to those who were attached with this or the management. So they were not knowing that there is this side of Guru is also that Guru goes to the slums area, because you see our Hindu Guru, they just sit on the golden chair, silver throne, and they will never come down and go to the poor people. So Baba being moved in this next. Baba came down to Baroda. Now he came to the Baroda railway station, and there was some time. The train was a bit late, or they were just before time. Baba asked Dr. Bharucha to get a car. So there were many persons who from Bajwa, they have come to drop Baba there on the railway station. They were having their car. So Bharucha could manage a car, and Baba said that I want to go for the ride. And Baba just sat down behind, and Dr. Bharucha also there sat next to him, and Eraj was there also next to him in the front chair, on the front seat. Adarji Desai was seated with the driver, and then the driver asked Dr. Bharucha where to go. Bharucha asked Baba where to go. Bharucha said go anywhere. Now the driver was surprised. They were all 4 strange people sitting in my car, and they are saying me to go anywhere in such a big city like Baroda, where I will go. So he was little bit annoyed, but he started the car, and somehow he rode in the town somewhere in this street and that street, and ultimately Baba said, stop, go back to the railway station. Now Bharucha surprised. Baba, you say that I want to take a ride in the city, and I got the car, and now you are saying this, just go back. So what we are doing? For what purpose we are moving all this way? Baba said, you will not understand. My intention was to contact a mast, and I had got that visual contact with that mast. My work has been done. Whatever the driver has did, it is because of my internal intuition. Let's go. And 5 minutes, okay. And they went to the railway station, and they departed, and this was the last Baba's train journey, and it was the last visit to Gujarat, particularly Navsari. Then Baba never came. Next. This is the last slide I am telling you. Bachubhai Soni, my father, he was in charge of music and many other things during 1956 program. So he was singing from the day Baba came. On the way the procession was going on, all the people, they were beating the dole and drums, and my father was there. During the darshan program, my father was there, he was singing. When they decided to go to Bajwa, he took Bachubhai in the 3rd class compartment in those days in train, and it was a steam engine and was working with the coal, and you see how the black dust was coming out all over in the compartments, because there was no windows, no one can shut down the window. So in that particular position, he sang for nearly 3 hours from Navsari to Baroda, then in Baroda, Bajwa, and then in again return journey he was singing. So since last nearly 48 hours he was continuously singing. So Baba took his hand, and Baba just pampering him. Oh, you are having temperature, you are running with a high temperature. Anyway, you go on singing. So Baba was knowing that he is not well, and he was having temperature, and he is ill, and though he was singing since last 48 hours, Baba told him to continue to sing. When they departed at Surat, he called Dr. Bharucha and told him that take this Bachubhai Soni with you tomorrow in the morning to the hospital and see what's wrong with him. So according to as per the Baba's advice, next day Bharucha came to our residence, and he took my father on his own motorcycle And when he investigated, he found that there is a big tuberculosis cavity. The cavity means the lung was been decayed, and there is a big cavity in his lung. And he was in the in the final stage of tuberculosis. These was the days when the medicines were not available. And these were the days when most of the tuberculosis affected people were dying. Very few can survive, you see. So, he just Bharucha, many of the articles, he has wrote this thing in the Glow also, and he has written this thing to me also, and he has given me the letter that yes, that cavity was non-visible. Now, I don't say this is his grace, whatever, but this is his grace absolutely. This is not a chamatkar, but his grace only. And my father's whole life was on his grace, because he has repeatedly, he told that my nazar is on you. This thing was a symbol he has repeatedly told to my father. So, his tuberculosis was cured. So, this is what the 1956 visit. Anybody who wants to ask me regarding this thing, I keep this session open for the question. Yes. But lastly, I will tell you that we are very fortunate one. We are not talented. I am talking of myself. Whatever Baba has given is beyond my capacity and my talent. It is only his grace that we are here and we are in between you. Otherwise, my father, who rose from the slums area, he became the #1 singer in the Gujarat. He sang in all over the India. I was a radio singer in those days, and at a very tender age he became this thing. So, our presence over here, we should never consider it is our talent. It's absolutely his grace only and nothing else.
Jai Baba, thank you so much.
5 times, totally 5 times he came here. And every time with some object. But that's a long chapter. I will, any other occasion, if you call me, I will discuss.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. It was so nice and wonderful presentation, and we are grateful to him. Baba once stated that from Meherabad, there will be 3 rivers in future, they will emerge from. That time we do not know when those rivers will emerge from Meherabad. But through this program, and particularly by the sharing of Dr. Soni, I think not one river, but many, many rivers have already started emerging. And in our geography lessons, we were given to understand that this river is so long, this river is so long. But no river in the world is so long that it engulfs the entire globe. And these Baba rivers, which are emerging from here, they engulf the entire globe, because our fellow beings, Baba lovers, whom we know intimately, they are living all over the world. And when we are enjoying some Baba sharing, then our thought goes to all of them. And therefore, these rivers are not small, but the global engulfing rivers. So we are thankful to Dr. Soni for focusing our attention on this particular aspect, inner aspect. Thank you so much once again. Now, next gentleman is Raghupati Rao, and he would be sharing his presentation. And he is also one of our regular presenters here, and who is very enthusiastic and creates things with great effort. So we are welcoming him here, and we are ready to receive him. Jai Baba, Raghupati Rao Sahib.
Jai Meher Baba. As I was seeing this slide, I'll be sharing some information about 1955 Sahavas at Meherabad, particularly about Telugu Sahavas. At the beginning, I'll be sharing what are the common things for all the groups, and at the second part, I'll share particularly for the Telugu Sahavas. So, our Babuji has very clearly and come closer to their Lord. By spending 5 days hovering near him, they were given the gift of his song to beautify their own gardens when they returned. So, poetic way, Babuji has written here. Here, Baba lovers are compared for the birds. And after coming to Sahavas, attending the Sahavas, so they got that gift of love. So that when they returned after Sahavas, they starting spreading love. So the gift of love, what comes is really very, very great gift. And Baba here it has used the word unique position. Why that unique position? What is the significance of that unique position? So this is what Baba has told about 55 Sahavas. In these last 12 months, I am utterly exhausted physically because of 1952, the Oklahoma accident. Baba actually injured, complete left side was injured fully. So he was repeating, he was not completely cured at that time when 1955 was made. Yet, I intend to exert myself further. This is most important. Though he was suffering, see how much compassionate. Yet I intend to exert myself further. Suffering is there, he wants to add some more suffering on him. Purpose, what is the purpose? Because for the whole Sahavas month, in order to impress thoroughly upon you certain points, by exerting suffering on himself, he wants to convey some message, points for his lovers. Though it is giving him suffering, still he does it. These are the points which I have got to drive in deeper and deeper, not only for you all who are able to be near me physically, but for all others who love me and obey. This is another important point. What Baba told is not only for that point, that whatever points he has given, message he has given for that Sahavas people, he says it's not only for you, it is for entire Baba lovers, that message. That's why once he got that gift of love, so that people who attended, they started spreading their love. Recently, in Nizamabad, one book has come, and it's a life history of Mr. R.S.N. Murthy, who attended 1955 Sahavas. And once you go through, if you study this life, really we know what is the effect of 1955 Sahavas, how the people have changed, transformed. That is what happened. Entire this book says his life history, who attended. Then therefore, during the 5 days of Sahavas, above everything else, forget about everything concerning your daily life, except your present life here with me. As I have stated, I am offering the Sahavas at the cost of additional physical exertion for me. See here, what word Baba has used. Additional suffering. So that's the compassionate father. He is ready to suffer for the sake of his lovers. As I have stated, I am at the cost of additional physical suffering because of all who love me and obey me, including those who are physically absent. Not only the Sahavas people, for all the Baba lovers. At the sake of all the Baba lovers, Baba is giving this message. What is that message? So that is most important here. Love. Baba is explained. Love, obedience, work of spreading Baba's love message, and freedom from the apparent binding. These are the points Baba wants to impress on all the Baba lovers, not only those people and for everybody. These are the 4 points. Baba explained in detail about 4 points during the Sahavas for all the 4 groups. Same 4 points were explained. There are 4 groups were there. So for all the people, they explained these 4 points. So planning, how it was started. 1955, Baba was at Satara, so he held a meeting. Purpose of this house is to give fullest benefit of his company to each of his close ones. That is the purpose of Sahavas. So they conducted a meeting, and what decision taken in the meeting? To hold the Sahavas for 4 groups divided linguistically, that is Gujarat, Telugu, Hindi and Marathi. English was common language, so 5 languages. This was conducted for 5 languages. That is only first and final. No time was explained for different groups like that, different languages. 5 languages Baba explained that 4 points to all his lovers. So they decided to hold the meeting in the month of November 1955 and 1 week stay. That is 1 day coming, 1 day going and 5 days with Baba's company. So this is the timetable what they prepared. You can see here how meticulously, see anybody wants to conduct any Sahavas, there is a guideline here. How to conduct a Sahavas. All details Baba has worked, and we can go through and it is a guideline for all Baba centers. Who would like to do Sahavas, this is the guideline is here. See here you can see, Gujarat, after Gujarat Sahavas and Telugu Sahavas, there is 1 day gap is there. That is for arrangement, cleaning and here what we do after Amaratithi, same type. Baba has given 1 day gap between that, so that next group will come, like that. All the 4 groups, this is the timetable given. So then, allocation of work, this is also most important. Anybody conducts Sahavas, there will be different departments will be there. You have to allot temporary supply of electricity and water, Neelu and Dankin doctors, and to take down, see this is most important, last one, you can see here. Kishan Singh and farm working Bakswala were told to take down Baba's utterances at each meeting. Because of that one, now you have got whatever Baba has told in that Sahavas, entire thing is in black and white. So Baba arranged exclusively for that 2 of his Mandali people. Because of that, we have got some other 3 books are there, Lord Merit is there, and Listen Humanity it is there, and the company, Baba's company, another book is there. So 3 books is there, which gives the information. Because of these 2 people took down all the information, whatever Baba has told during that Sahavas. Then everybody, all Mandali people were allotted different types of work. So today morning, our Hardeep Singh, he shared one story with me, which is not in record. See, I told you, Alav was in charge of hot water, and Pend was totally in charge. Actually, Baba told you have to keep the hot water morning for all nearly 200 people, but they said there is no budget for that. So how to do it? How to arrange firewood? Nothing is there. So naturally, what happened? They did not ask Baba. They could not ask any question of Baba. So they said, okay, Baba. Then they went. It is a very big vessel for 200 people, hot water, and they bought whatever here trees under whatever is fallen, that wood pieces. Only little bit. It is not at all sufficient for boiling the water. So they bought it and put there and light and said, now it is left to Baba. We have done our duty. Let us come after 1 hour. When they come after 1 hour, water was boiling. That is Baba. That is, once you do faithfully your duty, whether the result, don't worry about result at all. Result is left to Baba. So that's what indicated this particular. And so whoever is attending, Baba has dictated very big list, nearly 6-page instruction was there. This is the gist of that one. Circular number 25 of then 2 charts of God and love done by Rano. The list of donations of the Sahavas weeks made by various Indian devotees. So this, everybody who is attending the Sahavas, they have to go through this thing and understand it and attend the Sahavas. That is the condition for all the Baba lovers who attended the Sahavas. Next. See, this is the arrangement. There were pendals were there, pendals for darshan, pendal for sleeping with cot, bed and for each lover. See, this is one of the important things. Who can provide cot and bed, blanket, everything for each lover? That much compassion for his lovers, Baba. So then dining pendal with tables, chairs and serving tea, etc. And meeting hall is our Mandali hall. There used to come and give presentation. So now we'll go to, this is what general, whatever happened, everything is general. Now let us go to 1955 Telugu group. So on 11th, they came, all from Andhra, 181 Andhra people, they came to attend. First day Sahavas, first Baba garlanding and embracing Baba, and Baba used to ask their health, how, whether you slept well or how you, and he used to advise, give him some medical. Okay. So this is next. So next. So this is Sahavas, that Mandali Hall. There's two. So this is Mandali Hall. So this is most important. Only Telugu group got that opportunity of lighting the Dhuni. No other group got this opportunity. And Baba himself, that is the final. Afterwards, Baba did not light the Dhuni at all at Meherabad. Final day. That is, Andhra people have got the opportunity for attending that one. Second day, discussion on grace, meeting with Andhra Samiti. So there was dispute was there. So Baba wanted to all the members to be harmony. Most important in the center is harmony. Then the third day was Pur program is important. Devotion song, Pur program. Baba selected 5 lovers for his universal work. Who has to do without water. They have to you have to stay in a particular room and repeat Gosan Baba's name. So that is very important. So you can see here Pur program. So this is Burra Katha was played on the second day. Burra Katha. So this is Bal Gopal, Bhaskar Raju and this Burra Katha group. They took photo. That's also one of the important. So fourth day, Baba took his lovers on the hill, upper Meherabad. Baba showed everything and they took photograph. So you can see the Baba, how much radiant his face. So beautiful. So fifth day, that is visit to Meherabad. Baba showed everything, explained everything in Meherabad. So finally, farewell message Baba gave. I want you all to be happy. Don't worry and don't feel nervous. I know all. Go cheerfully and remain happy. So this is Meherabad hill, that Meherabad hill, but that is all Andhra group. So seventh, so the Andhra lovers were left after drinking their fill, taking with them an invaluable treasure, the pain of separation from their beloved. So got the gift from the avatar. Entire life was changed, transformed, entire life. So Baba was serving Puri. That is the greatest thing. He served Puri for all that Sahavas himself. And he said, hundreds of saints and yogis are doing penance in Himalaya, but I have not given darshan. But where here, the avatar is serving Puri for you. How fortunate you are. That's what Baba said during that time. So these are the courtesy. I referred to this book, Lord Mayor, Listen Humanity, Sahavas in the Company of God, and information from internet. So this is Avatar, Meher Baba Ki Jai. This is what I can do. It is between me.
Thank you so much, Rao Sahib. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And because you are one of the senior most presenters here, so we have shorter words to appreciate your effort. But one thing today, I could understand that for the rainbow, the rain clouds are needed and some outer screen is needed where the rainbow is depicted. Yeah. But in our hearts, you have created a new divine rainbow by these colorful charts which you have so nicely made. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. Now our next presenter is Moturi Srivani. Shivani, if I am not wrong, you are veterinarian. You are veterinarian. Use that one. You use it. Okay. Use it. I have one to change that. And he had one of the followers who was a veterinarian surgeon, a doctor of veterinary department. And main teaching of Upasani Maharaj was always there that you must remember God. To all his lovers, he would say that whatever you remember at the end, you will become that. So you must remember God always. And one day this doctor comes to Upasani Maharaj and confesses to him that, Maharaj, I am so deeply involved in my veterinary work that even in my dreams, I see the cows and buffaloes and other things, and I have never any thought of God. So definitely when I die, at the end, I will not remember God, but I will remember a cow or a donkey or something. So I will become that. Maharaj did not change that. He said, don't worry. Even if you become that, I will quickly, very soon retrieve you from that. So see, this is very important aspect of the perfect masters and the authority of the avatar. Whatever avatar has to divulge, that perfect master would not bring to the human level. So this is because she comes from that veterinary background.
You. So these two phrases Kaikobad has to recite for 1 hour daily for entire total seclusion period. That means for 4.5 month period. So for others like Mandali and Baba lovers, 40 days and 21 days, but Kaikobad has to repeat for the entire 4.5 month period. And during these 40 days, Baba had no sleep, neither a day nor night. Baba was always restless, thinking about his lovers. He would recognize one or other names of the lovers, and he was anxious for them. And at that time, no one was allowed to come to Meherabad except Gadekar from Pune, because Baba know the health status of Gadekar. His health was in very poor condition. So Gadekar was allowed to stay at Meherabad. So he almost stayed for up to 2 months. Then coming to the important work, that was the mast work. Baba started mast work from the first day of seclusion itself. The mast was Neelkantwala. Baba said he belongs to 6th plane mast, and here I would like to add few more points about mast. So that mast was brought from Rishikesh to Meherabad by Kumar, and popularly that mast was known as powder wala, because as we know that through Baba philosophy we came to know that different musts have different habits. So this must was very fond of talcum powder. He used to pour this talcum powder over his head, and he used to rub all over the body. So that's why he was popularly known as powder wala. And so Baba did a minimum 2 hours of work every in the morning, and that mast work was completed by August 3rd, and he was sent back to Rishikesh by Kumar. Here Baba added Pukar, because Pukar was also there at Meherabad, to accompany the Baidil, not Kumar, to accompany the Baidil up to Rishikesh. From there he has to join the Meherdas, who was already there at Meherastan of Maheva. There he was spreading the Baba's name. So Pukar has to join the Meherdas, and he has to spread the Baba's message. Then in the month of August, Baba said Maya may hampered his work. According to Baba's predictions, in the month of August, various acts of Maya were seen in the form of various events like appearance of snakes, ill health of Mandali. So Mandali, one by one, they get one or the other disease. So here, in general, if any person is having any health ailment, means their mental status may not be stable. That means they may not be in cheerful mode. So though they have received the instructions from Baba before starting the total seclusion that they must be in the cheerful mood. So here, due to the act of Maya, they were out of the mood. So again and again, Baba reminded them, whenever you are in my presence, always be cheerful, never out of mood for any reason, and you just obey me. So due to act of Maya, Baba has to repeat this frequently. Then even Kaikobad also got affected. Kaikobad was there at Meherabad, and after completing the mast work, Baba called Kaikobad from Meherabad to Meherabad, so for working with the Kaikobad. Then from 7th August to 14th August, Baba did work with Kaikobad for about half an hour daily in the Mandali hall. So besides working with Kaikobad, Baba used to play cards with Mandali. While playing cards, he used to inquire about the health of the Mandali. So here Baba revealed the significance of playing cards. So Baba said, through playing cards, varied effects will be produced at various planes for his universal work. That means without his presence, while playing cards, that effects will be produced at various planes. That is the significance of playing cards. So Friday, 22nd August 1958 was marked as the end of the first 40 days period. So so in this first 40 days, Baba did work with Mast, Neelkantwala and Kaikobad, and Baba said his work was to 100% satisfaction that work was completed. Then on 25th August, Baba issued Life Circular number 40. The contents were, circumstances during these 3 months will set both love and fate of my lovers. So try your best to hold on to my daman firmly. Do not talk ill of others, and try not to think ill of others. Remember my instructions about not going to Meherabad or Meherabad and not corresponding with me or with anyone in Meherabad or Meherabad. So after 40 days, Baba gave Mandali another phrase for repetition, that is, O beloved God, may the work of Meher Baba be 100% complete. And on September 6th, Baba got 2 birthday wishes from Women Mandali on behalf of Krishnastami and Zoroaster's birthday. So October month, we can call this month as month of fastings because on October 1st, Baba ordered Mandali to fast on tea or coffee with ad libitum of water, and he again suggested that on every Tuesday they have to fast up to the end of the October. Give me 1 minute, sir. So again he dispatched another life circular number 41. So Adi dispatched on 16th October. This was very, very important life circular. In that the contents were, I declare that a unique and unprecedented occurrence will soon take place in the spiritual realm. Irrespective of whatever may or may not happen after November end, I want you to have full trust in me until the very end. Are you prepared to do so? So Baba posed a question to all his lovers. Are you prepared to do so? Reply directly to me in short and to the point only. So Baba expected reply in just 4 lines from all over his lovers. So on completion of 21 days fasting on 6th November, Baba gave 5 rupees each and packet of sweets and clothes to 56 poor people from Aranga. And during the final 3 days of his fast, both men and women Mandali were also put on partial fast. For his question, Baba received thousands of replies, and he has sent reminders for those who have not given reply before 20th November. So at that time, Baba has given reasons for why he has descended. I come on earth in order to worship the love of my lovers, and this is a way in which I worship. They worship me and I worship them. They remember me and I remember them. This is not my pastime. By the end of November, Baba received almost 30,000 replies from Indian, Pakistani and Western lovers, and Baba said those replies were very, very important for future generations, so Baba made them to file all those replies. After completing his seclusion, Baba went to Meherabad along with Adi on 1st December, and there he embraced Irich and he narrated his sufferings during seclusion. And Baba also stated, you have no idea of what I am bearing, but I have the biggest of hearts, I am the ocean. So in conclusion, total seclusion was quite different from previous seclusions. So here the major difference is, in normal seclusions, Baba only performed the normal seclusions. So here in total seclusion, along with Baba, Mandali and his lovers were also participated. That is the major difference between total seclusion and the normal seclusions. And here, this is the gist of the events conducted, the Neelkantwala and Kaikubad works, invocations recited by his Mandali and lovers, fastings observed by Baba and Mandali, serving the poor, filing of replies from his lovers. So with this, I am concluding my presentation. I am thanking the organizers of this meeting and also thanking Avatar Meher Baba for giving me this opportunity to share events during total seclusion. Thank you, one and all.
We conjointly thank her for such a wonderful thing. Yesterday, she was at a lower ebb of confidence. She said that my presentation colors are not good, I want to improve that. And we said that no, we cannot give you time, and it was so nice. There was no need of changing the colors. It's so nice and wonderful, and your presentation is praiseworthy. We thank you very much. So after this, we have tea, but quickly, please come back with tea so that we can start our remaining program. So all are invited for the cup of tea.
उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद, उस्ताद धन्यवाद। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर और मस्त धन्यवाद, और मस्त धन्यवाद, और मस्त धन्यवाद, और मस्त धन्यवाद। ज़ारदोज़ धन्यवाद, ज़ारदोज़ धन्यवाद, ज़ारदोज़ धन्यवाद, ज़ारदोज़ धन्यवाद। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। रामा धन्यवाद, रामा धन्यवाद, रामा धन्यवाद, रामा धन्यवाद। कृष्णा धन्यवाद, कृष्णा धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। बुद्धा धन्यवाद, बुद्धा धन्यवाद, बुद्धा धन्यवाद, बुद्धा धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। मोहम्मद धन्यवाद, मोहम्मद धन्यवाद, मोहम्मद धन्यवाद, मोहम्मद धन्यवाद। मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर। बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद। बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद, बाबा धन्यवाद। ओ मेहर धन्यवाद, मेहर।
Mr. Lakshmi Narayan is not attending the program, so there were certain important things of the morning which can be shared here, and after that the program will conclude with a film, and that is 1955 Sahavas. Now this is about library's role in this particular program and its organization. The Library Committee of Avatar Meher Baba PPC Trust is entrusted with the responsibility of organizing the program titled Discovering the Avataric Treasure, which in short assumed the title of Legacy Program, and many Baba lovers are more conversant with this title. This program was launched in 2009 and now it is in its 13th annual episode. This year, presentations are based on beloved Baba's life and work done between 1955 and 58. The major events of this period are publication of God Speaks, Sahavas, 56 Satara automobile accident, 1957 Guru Prasad Bombay, Gujarat and Meherabad activities, 1956 and 58 American and Australian Sahavas. During the 3 days of this program, very informative and valuable presentations will be made, which are already made, which will carve a deeper understanding. So this was a sort of introduction to be given in the morning. So I'm skipping it over. And one, because this is also called as Discovering the Avataric Treasure. So time and again, we discover certain things which can be put under the category of discovering the Avataric treasure. And here is one of the statements of Baba's closest mandli, Ajit Jasawala. When his compassion, God takes on a man form and in an advent as the God-man or the avatar, it is infinite consciousness that manifests. Being infinite consciousness, it always remains and functions as infinite consciousness. Therefore, when the avatar sheds his man form, he continues to be infinitely conscious of his creation and its creatures, and is mindful of his lovers who continue to adore him in their hearts. The proof of his being mindful is that time and again he continues to manifest as the avatar, not only for mankind, but also for those rare individuals who love him wholeheartedly and pine for a sign of him in the form they adore. The avatar's descent into illusion takes place because God, who is consideredly approachable by coming close to humanity, and thus personifying his love and his compassion, he becomes a gauge for man to judge his own love for his fellow beings as well as his other limitations. When the avatar drops his physical body, there is no lessening at all of his exercise of infinite love, mercy, compassion, authority, and power. Hence, anyone seeking help at the tomb of Avatar is not only assured of external benefits, but also derives spiritual benefits because of his direct approach to God for assistance. Now, this why I am sharing particularly, because there's a general feeling in many, many Baba lovers that there is a need of a living perfect master. And certain people spread this news. Maybe it is a conjectural or they have some background for that. that when Avatar drops his body, he gives his charge to the perfect master, living perfect master. And many people, even Baba lovers, they seek this particular thing and they go to different perfect masters' places with this idea that Baba has dropped the body, so now they have to go there for the salvation. And for that, this particular statement is very prophetic, and it is for us to decide whether we should go in search of a perfect master or not. Nothing can be stipulated, nothing can be ruled, nothing can be ordered that one should not do, because one is free to decide his own destiny. So that was one of the important aspects which we wanted to share. Then we will come to another important aspect which we have discovered. It is generally said, and Baba always denies, that he never performs any miracle. But there is one statement in God Speaks where the special miracles are performed by perfect masters and the Avatar himself. So that would be the presentation. Please come over to number 17. Divine and mystic powers. Can you give me one mic? Hello. Divine and mystic powers of the Avatar, perfect masters and yogis by Avatar Meher Baba. Next one, please. The miracles performed through the manifestation of the divine powers by the Avatar or the Kutub are called Muzezat. These are performed for the good of all on a limited scale by the Kutub and on a universal scale by the Avatar. However, these can be performed for any individual in close association with the Avatar or the Kutub. Next one, please. Here are Baba's 5 perfect masters. Next one, please. The miracles performed indirectly by those on the 5th and 6th planes with the help of the divine powers are called Karamat. The display of mystic powers by those on the 1st up through the 3rd plane cannot, in fact, be termed miracles. Play is nothing but a show of powers that they come across while traversing the planes. When the one on the 4th, it can be termed Karamate Muzeza. When he makes a bad use of them, that is misuse the divine powers of the 4th plane, it is termed Muzeza Eshobada. The 4th plane is regarded as the threshold of the mental sphere, and so the misuse of the divine powers on the 4th plane results in a fall as far back as the stone state and results in disintegrating of the consciousness. Next one, please. The occult powers of the first 3 planes, called the mystic powers, cannot be misused by the aspirants on these planes, though they sometimes are tempted to display them. These mystic powers are different and vary in expression, such as reading the minds of others, reciting words or passages from a book without seeing it, allowing themselves to be buried alive for hours together, etc. Next one, please. The powers of the planes are not induced. These powers are ever accessible to those on the planes within their own limited environments and, as such, need no concentrated effort to display them. This display of powers should not be confused with the demonstration of mind readers and of others who put on stage performances. Next one, please. This is a yogi doing some yogic power. And next one, last one. This is from God Speaks, First Indian edition, page 216 to 17, Avatar Meher Baba Trust Copyright, 1973. Jai Baba, Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. Now one last thing which I would like to share with you under this library presentation. And this is very important because again, this leads us to some discovery, and discovery, as you know, they are already there. Once we focus our mind, then we start discovering something. Now you all know, you might have traversed through this new tunnel area by Baba's farmhouse, the underpass below the railway track, and there one board is there, and suddenly it caught our attention. There it was written, y into x is equal to 1 on the board, and it is a Baba area, and that board is depicting something about Meherabad. So we try to discover what is this y into x. We would not go into this mathematical or physics thing, but what it has to say about Baba's love, that we will try to understand. Can I have the figures? Number 36. And this is with reference to our memorial tower. Now, what is this design actually on which this memorial tower is based? And this is called as Gabriel's horn. And what is the relationship with God Speaks and in memorial tower with this? Gabriel, as you know, is one of the archangels referred in Christian tradition. And same is there in Islamic tradition. And it is said that Gabriel had a horn like this, as you see on the top towards the left side and also on the right side. And this is Christian belief that when Gabriel blows this horn, that would be the day of judgment, announcing the day of judgment. And same concept is also there in Islamic tradition. They call it Israfil. Israfil is that sound which would be created from this. And in Islamic tradition also there is a concept of day of judgment. But that day of judgment is very confusing, which is not our subject to discuss here. Now, if this Gabriel's horn is put in an inverted way as it is towards the right, then that matches with the memorial tower. And it is said that this is not a physical entity, physical object, but it is something divine object. And same thing is repeated in memorial tower. The Mandli was interested that the memorial tower should be so tall that it could be seen from distant places. But if you go around the memorial tower, then you would find that outside the farmhouse or some distance away, you cannot see that memorial tower. But still, the inner aspect, when you deal with the divine aspect, that is still maintained and upheld. that wish of the mandali. And how is that? That in this Gabriel's horn, the outer side represents an abstract divine surface which has no height limit. It goes on up to unlimited height. An unlimited thing has to be understood in an abstract way. As we always, in any religion, if you talk about God, they would put their hands up and say that God would see. As if God is sitting somewhere in the heaven as a great height where we can never reach. So same way, you have to see, because they say that this Gabriel's horn is not a physical object. So if it is an abstract object, then in your imagination, you have to go up and up. So that height is maintained in that way. And it is said that it has infinite surface. The surface can never be measured. And inside, the horn is to be hollowed. And that hollow space has a limited space, finite space. So if we put it in our lives, then our relationship with Baba is that infinite one, which the outer surface is representing, and the hollow space is representing the volume of our sanskaras. So that hollow space will contain our sanskaras, and Baba has actually did the same thing. He dug a pit there, and he put his mandali, certain things, used things, bedding rolls and other things, which we can say that they are representing the sanskaras. And second thing, the base, you can see the base. If you have a bigger height thing, something very, very long, very high, then the bottom should also be so deep. So that this was created by Baba himself in his presence, that was dug and certain things were put inside, and Baba himself participated in that. So this way, and this X and Y, forget about the mathematical and physical thing. X and Y, it is said that one is, X is horizontal and Y is a vertical thing. And this is always Baba has explained in human development. When the child is born, he is in the horizontal axis, the child is there, and gradually when the child grows up, he becomes standing, and that axis becomes horizontal. And this is not in our purview to discuss the mathematical and physical thing, relationship between X and Y, but they say that X and Y is equal to 0, equal to 1. That means it is again talking, when we talk about the horizontal and the vertical thing, final result is one, that is unity of God. So there may be a diversity, but diversity is ultimately evolving towards the unity. So I think this is one of the things that we wished to discuss with Baba lovers here, and this is what the library committee is aspiring to bring, some such hidden facts before Baba lovers, so that we feel connected not only with him, but we feel a part of this particular universal drama, universal role, in which we have given us some part to play. Thank you so much. And with this, now we go to the last one, and that is Bob Fredericks' film, 1955, Sahavas, The Gift of Love to Remember. Siddharth, please go to that, and the number of that presentation is 38. On 38, you will find that.